the freeze. Stand by. Don't go anywhere. Take a second to grab a drink, grab some popcorn, whatever. Hang out with us. We got a couple more games, 2 more, in fact, tonight in the Nepa Pro Series. And I'm not going anywhere. You guys, y'all are going to be here. So we're in it for the long run tonight. So please hang out with us, join us, keep us company in the Twitch chat, and we will be right back at the 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Central Time hour. See you in a few moments. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that. We have another fantastic matchup for you. We have the Dallas Knights as they take on the Montreal Freeze. Now, we already have some Twitch chat going on that is talking about how the Knights are about to experience a freeze. We've got a lot of banter going on. This is going to be a fun match. So I'm looking forward to it. We have a lot of players in here that we know. And this is going to be another great one. I hope everybody is ready for this.
Yeah, ready indeed. Of course, on orange here, the Dallas Knights. Speaking of which, led by Mozzie, number 12 in the draft to go last in that first round. Of course, first round is first round, and Mozzie leads up quite the team here. Light has come. His team in VRML got into the finals. Of course, here with Caesar, the Law, and B-Love, the OG, triple OG, the original OG in Echo Arena here. This is an exceptionally talented team, as I always say. Light has come. Actually, I used to coach, not coach, but kind of help back at his first season, back in season 2. And actually played with B-Love on a team for like a weekend. Was probably one of the most effective defensive, defensive. He has a very specific defensive role, not rollout, but strategy that I think is really unique. That you will probably see here. It involves a chain.
Indeed, and B-Love always bears mentioning too. We bring the Echo and sports comparisons. Now, he competed in the original X Games. I mean, talking about some competitors, we got him. On the blue side of things, we got him as well. You know what we have? We got a couple of champs there. We got Ender and Cruisin. Now, fresh off as well, just like Oculusator in that last match. Ender and Cruisin, teammates in VRML with Oculusator as well as Strembitsky, earning that North American Championship. So, obviously, the chemistry already is going to be tremendous from these two players. Then you add in the likes of Zux and Fire Ninja, some top caliber players of their own right, and you can expect this team to be a tough one to contend with.
Oh, absolutely. And I've always maintained Ender, one of the best offensive players in the league, one of the best players overall at Cruisin', probably. Now I'm waiting for stats to prove it, but I'm waiting, Cruisin' probably the best goalie in the league. Although we'll have to wait until, as I understand, we're collecting stats, so I actually want to see how that plays out over the season. But I expect Cruisin' to be up there, if not at the very top. And of course, Ender, I also have to mention, Ender is one that I used to judge my own defensive performance based on. I used to see him in pubs all the time, and I was always Ender on the other team, me on my team, and I always played defense in pubs, and I would go 1v1 against Ender, and if I could defend Ender, I knew I was at a competitive level, but that was, of course, 2 years ago. So we're going to get started here in the modern day. In this first quarter of 4 here, Zux is going to get that one there for the freeze. Sending out an in. Light is come looking to track it down, but it will be picked up here by Fire Ninja. Oh, no. Oh, what a read there, Caesar.
All the way through. It's out.
Now, I just want to say, Dimwee, no one defends Ender. Not for very long, anyways. Not for very long. Instead, it'll be a defender bender anytime you try. That said, no defender in that goal. Mozzie's going to get it by for the first couple.
Yeah, Mozzie getting an easy 2 there to kick us off here in this first round. Is this going to be a night of orange teams? Fun fact, for a while, it's not true anymore, but for a while, the aggregate stats from the game, from pub matches, saw orange team winning 1% more often than than the blue team. It's 51-49 in favor of orange for some reason. That has washed out since then. Fire Ninja opportunity there from Ender. It goes wide. So the stat, it has washed out. Now it's 50-50. But oh my good, what a fortunate bounce that wasn't quite as fortunate as it looked. But I don't think I've ever seen that shot actually happen. I would have loved to see that go in. That would have made a great highlight right there.
You're going to see firsts of anything from players in this league and across Echo Arena. It's going to be from players like this. They're always trying to push the boundaries, find the new ways to hit, to defend, to do all of it. Just ever evolving. It's iron sharpens iron here in Echo Arena and the competitive scene, especially now in the Pro Series. So off it goes, and maybe the second goal indeed. The Law takes it away. 5-2-0.
Yeah, the Law Getting that one in from 14 meters out, and as I understand it, chat can hear the in-game comms, so we can get that taken care of. That would be fantastic. I'm sure the players don't want their comms out there without their knowledge. So now it's going to be the Montreal Freeze here with this Joust advantage coming out here, cruising with it, sending out one far side to Zux. Zux sending that one in, looking for that relay, but it's off of the mark. Lettuce Cummins going to get that one turned around and reset there to the Law. So the Dallas Knights back in possession here, sending us one out. Oh no, turning it over there to Zux in that tube. I've seen Zux make so many plays at mid. Zux is kind of like Jay Walker in his mid-play style. As Fire Ninja, gets the 1v1. That one off of the post and will be picked up by Mozzie, who turns it around.
Well, even inside the goal, Zux is one of those players. I knew him originally as a very good offensive player. As speaking of, there's Caesar just missing, however. But Zux really over this last year, I want to say, maybe even year extended, really started impressing me a lot with a defense. And another glancing blow on the goal. That said, so Dimwee, both these teams trying to find their rhythm, and it is in for Cruisin'.
Cruisin's going to get that one in from Fire Ninja. As that one goes in for, it's going to be, the Montreal Freeze's first goal of this game. So this is going to be a joust advantage here for the Dallas Knights. Coming out here, handled here by the Law. We'll get that one set across there to Light Has Come. Light Has Come getting stunned out. Oh no, Cruisin' off the backboard, hits it. Gets that one in for the 3. That's going to tie the game here. Just 3 minutes in.
Sometimes that is all it takes. One to get you on the board and break the ice appropriately, of course. Shout out Phenom in there as well in the chat. But breaking the ice and then, breaking some face with a Sun Steal and delivery. And that is a song in itself. All tied up and courtesy Cruisin'.
Yeah, that was a beautiful goal there from Cruisin' off the backboard. Light Has Come handling this one here at mid in this now tie game. Light, who is probably one of the fastest up-and-comers in the league, has the shot there from, was that Mozzie behind the goal. Does not connect on it. Now at the Valley here, the Law's coming away with it. They have a chain way out. If they press up quick enough, no, it's not going to happen. Now they have cherry pickers, not anymore. They're going to turn around. Cruisin' the Fire Ninjas are looking to pick this one up. Fire Ninja, the shot goes high. That is unfortunate as Mozzie gets it recovered here for the Knights. Clearing it out through the near side tube. Gets it by that defensive chain. Picks up here by Mozzie. Mozzie over to the Law. The Law ducking one. I don't believe he did that. The Law breaking the Law.
Riled up, Dimwee. That is fantastic. First of all, the clear. Painting it off the corner there to evade the stack and set it up perfectly for that midfield pickup by Mozzie. Over to the Law, put on the moves, put on the score, take a lead, take a drink of water. They deserve it. That was stellar.
Stellar indeed, as Chrome can take a seat. Ender on the far side, handling this one, juking around on the Geo there. Going to send this one back to Cruisin'. Yes, Chrome, I saw what he said. Zuck sending this one into Ender. Ender shot off the post. That one's going to be picked up by Mozzie. We'll get this one cleared out. Still a 2-point lead here to the Knights, who are going to get this one down to the Freeze bubble here. Oh, it's in the bubble. I see Freeze in the zone. We'll be Fire Ninja with the pickup here, under pressure there by the Law. So that's into the hands of Light. Light sending this one across into the hands of Caesar. They've got 3 in the bubble. They had a numbers advantage, but they were a little bit off of balance, so I can respect them slowing it down here and now pulling it out to look for a more collected attack on the bubble. As the Law pressing in, pulls that defender out, goes up to the right side shoulder. Light gets a lane and gets the goal, gets it in for 2. That is your first double goals in this game. I'm pretty sure it's going to put Dallas Knights up by 4.
And the Montreal Freeze there, I think maybe a little miscommunication on the defense at that juncture, because they only had one pressing outside of the bubble, despite there being a couple players out there. And then the player inside the bubble by that shoulder was also uncovered. So some missed assignments defensively will result in the walk-in. Walk-in freezer, I guess.
Uh-oh. Pass across here from Zox. It's not going to be on. Mozzie gets it picked up, sent out, but Cruisin'. Always on the back line there. 2 minutes ago in this first quarter. 4-point lead to the Dallas Knights. This Cruisin' slowing it down, sitting out and out. The bounce is not good. This is loose. Good recovery there by Ender. Ender's taking the chain on, gets stunned out. See this double chain here from the Dallas Knights? That's got a lot, not exclusively B-Love, but that definitely is B-Love style. As Fire Ninja bringing it in. Oh, the shot! Caesar gets the save. Sends that one out, and that one will be towards the near side trap. Zux has to take the Law 1v1. No, it's going to be Cruisin'. I did not see Cruisin' there. Cruisin' sending one up to Ender. Ender, oh my goodness, pulls the Ender there. Jukes by another. Oh, good grab there, Mozzie, but Ender gets it recovered. Gets it in anyways. Yeah, that's going to put the freeze back with it, too.
Oh man, any defenders going against Ender just says end me because it does not work. You don't stop Ender. I told you, Dimwee. Even when you stop Ender, you don't stop him because he gets it back and then he drops it in. 9-7. Wow.
Shout out to SG Skeptic as the law is going to handle this one. Oh, ducking the attacking player Ender. Speak of the devil. They do have a numbers advantage here if they continue to press up. Although Cruisen's going to. Light. Why does he have the lane? You know what? I think Ender and Cruisen were supposed to get back together and cover.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where maybe I caster's cursed it a little bit because, again, the chemistry you'd figure would be there, but a couple of defensive misassignments here would have cost a couple of goals against the freeze. So something they certainly will want to tighten up, but that's the beauty of this format is that you have plenty of time to do so, even though we're about 30 seconds away from a quick break on the quarter.
Indeed, we are. As Cruisen sends this one in, they're looking for one more goal here to end the quarter. Send across Fire Ninja. Fire Ninja maybe looking for a cut. No, takes on 1v3 and gets it in for the 2. Montreal Freeze are going to end the round ostensibly 12-9. Of course, we have there's going to be about 3.5 seconds with a quick enough stack. Palador, they could get there. I don't know. We'll have to see as we come out of the tubes here. I don't know. Fire Ninja is known for going pretty quick. Oh, no, they're just going to send that one to that far side, too. That will end the round. 12-9 in favor of the Knights. They take the first quarter. Still 3 quarters to go. With that, we have a word from our sponsors. We will be right back.
One American with a burning desire to save the world from high prices. He is
What a fantastic game here between the Knights and the Freeze. The stats don't lie. This is a great game. Very even, very back and forth, which are phenomenal. Demwe, Palador, where are we going?
Well, the stats might lie a little bit in this case. I think
now. I see that now.
She said it. I was like, oh, God, here we go. This is the lowest of low-hanging fruit.
You know, it's okay. We all have our caster's jinxes. We just got to get those shakes out here. It happens. So, Jeep Girl, this is your intro to it, if nothing else.
Okay, it wasn't on the screen when I said that.
That's fair. But that said, we are going to the second quarter now. And with that, so far, I mean, 3 different players for both teams getting on the score sheet. No one sticking out particularly over the other. I think it's just a feeling out process. For Montreal Freeze, all things considered, had they not had those missed assignments on defense, they could be in the lead right now. So again, you tighten that thing up, that defensive scheme up, and I think the second quarter can go a lot better for them. But shout out to the Dallas Knights because they executed and they punished.
Oh, what a move there by Linus Cobb. He pulls the Ender on, not on Ender, I believe it was on Fire Ninja, who's then paired with Ender. The Law. Oh, the Law. Pulls out the ladder, brings that one in. The staircase. Gets that one for the 2 to kick us off here in round 2. Quarter 2, in fact. It gives this team a 5-point lead to start the quarter.
You really love your 2s, didn't we? But me too.
2.
Too true. Oh man, the Law there, another one of those players who are just tremendously talented and worked his way up from the early days of VRML 2 years ago, just about to the date almost, starting things out and working all the way to master season by season. A well-seasoned player, suffice to say.
Indeed, indubitably. It's Fire Ninja over to Zux here on the near side. Zux up to Ender. Ender wants to send them one across. Jukes around. He didn't have a lane. He at no point did he get a lane. Dallas Knights defense was actually had those lanes covered exceptionally well. Also, Dallas Knights, the Freeze did not have the advantage there, the strategic advantage. So it really wasn't a great situation. What a play there by the Law. I don't know how he gets away with it. He sends it out and does get away with it as Mozzie picks it up. Mozzie, long shot. Mozzie hits it 40 meters out from half court. And that's going to put the Dallas Knights up by 8.
Mozzie airborne from the mail slot. That is classic Mozzie in the sense that if it's not a game, with Mozzie in it if Mozzie isn't scoring constantly and really high degree of difficulty shots as well. I mean, 5 points on the board now, but that is just the first 5 of probably going to end up with something like 15 by the end of this. So we shall see. But that's a great hit, Dimwee, and that gets them going now 17-9.
As Ender behind the goal. Ooh. Oh, got it in. I believe it looked very. That looked. So I just saw what happened on stream. It looked nothing like that to me on my version, and I'm thinking Mozzie saw something completely different than any of us. So that was a proper goal. Mozzie was kind of there. I think there was some delay, but anyways, the law. It's gonna get this one picked up. Technical goals are goals, although that was a little bit more than a technical goal, technically. Oh, Mozzie. Well, he gets it back. Gets that one in for the 3. Yeah, just turns it around just like that. Converts on it.
Also, technically correct. Yeah, Mozzie able to shut it in, and this time leaving no doubt. They are still within striking distance for the freeze, but there is a lot of offensive heat coming out, and unfortunately that defensive stack just overshot. This is going to put them maybe at a numbers disadvantage in the goal. They're going to go for it, and what a bold hit, but Ender can do it with the best of them. It is 14 on the board now, courtesy the backboard from Ender.
I want to say something about that. I don't know how that. I would never hit that. That was an anchor shot too. I mean, he anchored that. I don't know how that works out. I don't know how the anchor mechanic actually works. It's a little over my head, but that was an anchor shot as well. Oh no, turn over here. Cruiser gets it picked up, sending us one out in the hands of Ender. Is he gonna do it again? They've got a 3v1 right now. He's gonna send it up, and Mozzie with the hands. Does not lose pace, sends this one all the way down into the freeze. Bubble, I see too many bodies coming in. Orange, blue, overshoots, light has come, opportunity, goes over to Mozzie, does not miss. They're up by 8.
Wonderful pass by Light has come to find Mozzie. The communication was no doubt there because right as Light was turning around, well, they saw the Light again for the pass, and to their delight, Dimwee. You gotta love that because anytime you can get those forward approaches on the goalie, one-on-one or otherwise, it just gives you every possible angle to finish from. And as I said, Mozzie will do that in every single game. And the law may be just the same. No, it is out of there and back into the rebound by the wedge.
I thought for sure that was on its way in. But no, Caesar gets that one broken up and will be recovered by Zux. Fire Ninja, sending it into the near side too. Loose still, Fire all he had it, got stunned out. Mozzie with it, has one cutting in. He's going to go to that player that is Light as come. Caesar on the near side. Caesar behind the goal now. Light as come though, gets stuffed by Zux, so we'll send that one out to mid. Takes a few bounces there. Zux trying to recover. Puts a shield up at Mozzie. Too wise for that. Sends this one up to Caesar here on the near side. They press in. They've got a big numbers advantage right now. If they press, not quick enough. Ender gets that one picked up and cleared out. Is that a shot? There's no way. There's no way. Oh, that goes wide, but it will get put in by Fire Ninja, who's going to bring the freeze back within 6 here.
But even that fling, that was just a couple of hair lengths away from being a near full quarter by Ender. But Fire Ninja, to their full credit, not giving up on the play. That is the spirit of it. You're always looking for those constant actions per minute, right? Keeping him up. So when that disc is cleared, until you see the goal light up with a score, you are always zooming. And zoom they did.
Oh. The law somehow gets away with that. Ender behind the play, although Fire Ninja brings it back into the play here. Ender gonna press up to that forecheck cruising. Oh man, he has some of the best reads. Gets this one sent out, although that bounce sends it right to mid. Fire Ninja open goal, sends it in, hits it.
What?
Goalie gets there, not able to make the save. Montreal freeze are back within 3.
Ooh, that surprised me. I thought they were there. That looked like a save, but almost got deceived by the speed it was coming in. You almost expect it to be blowing by, and then instead, well, it does go by. Just a lot slower than maybe expected, but yeah, not able to readjust in time. I mean, they were talking about your quarter seconds that make the difference. It made the difference there.
You know, Dewey Blank in the chat says, I believe in Dallas, they used to holding off that ice. Actually, in fact, they're not used to holding off the ice. As Light has come, sending us up to the law, who gets it in. Please tell me somebody understood what I was saying with that. That was really funny. That was really funny. You all should be laughing so hard right now.
I don't like holding on to
it.
ice, Dimwee. That's how you get frostbite. Very unsafe. But that said, 24-19, and the Law able to finish another one there. The Law now with 9 points, second highest score in the game.
Fire Ninja sending it across. They only have 2 in the zone here, so the other 2 do get in. They're going to opt to reset there. Cruising, pressing up over to Fire Ninja. Zux on the shield. We go to Zux. He wants the points. He gets the points. Gets 2 in. They're going to be back within 3 here as Zux gets his first goal of the game.
And no more timely of a time, well, than right now, right? Because it seemed like to start off the second quarter that the Knights were just going to keep on doing what they were doing, which is to say, blitzing ahead. But as I say that, a nice series of plays in the last few minutes by the Freeze, and maybe one coming in with some ease from the Lost. So as I say that, they push ahead by a little more. But still, yet the Freeze have at least done a good job to turn what could have honestly been a blowout quarter situation into something much more digestible here.
I'm going to have to go a little hard on Fire Ninja for that one. He was in the lane. There's no excuse to miss that. Maybe a little too hard, but, we are professionals at this level. We are the best. These are the best players in the world. Fire Ninja has no excuse to miss that save. As, what a read there by Caesar. Getting it set out. It is harsh, but he was there. Oh, my! To end the round, Zux gets his second of the game. Actually, in fact, to end the half. Dallas Knights are going to be up by 4, but that's only after that one there at the very end there from the Freeze. And with that, we have a quick word from our sponsors. We will be right back.
The Nepa Charity Cup, a LAN event you don't want to miss, will be March 18th through the 20th in St. Louis, Missouri. Busch Stadium is hosting the Nepa Charity Cup, supporting Special Olympics. So come on out to the Redbird Club for the LAN event that will put the faces to the names that you interact with in the community and help support a great cause. Go over to nepavrpro.com for more information. You guys, we are back. This is another fantastic match. There is no doubt these are indeed the best players ever. I mean, anywhere. I mean, these guys are incredible. This game has been back and forth. To see everybody's name up there for scoring and for goals, this is phenomenal. Just to have a 4-point game here going into the second half is breathtaking, and I am thrilled to see this outcome. The rosters are great. This is phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are heading now into a interview with Kung. I was able to catch up with him this week and chat with him for a few moments. So let's see what he had to say. You are
Well,
the
honestly,
captain of the
we're,
Nashville Legends.
it started
correct?
way back.
Yep. It's an honor, honestly. It's great. The team's great. We all really good friends with each other already. Great chemistry. I'm really looking forward to the season.
So you are one of the few players who have a move named after you in Echo Arena. How did that come about?
Really, that was like a few years ago, back when I was on the CV1 still, actually. So back in probably like 2019, I just used to shoot that shot a lot when I was playing pubs, and then people ended up just calling it the Kung shot.
Tell me about the name Kung. Where did it come from? What's the story behind it?
Honestly, I was a little kid, probably made a Minecraft or Roblox account, and I named it Kung Fu 8. Probably after watching Kung Fu Panda or something. Don't really remember. And then I just shortened it to Kung.
Okay, so tell me about draft night. How was it being pulled for the Nashville Legends?
It was great. Motherboard was very welcoming to all of the team, not just me. We were all felt very welcome. It was a great experience for sure. Very unique thing for Echo as well. It's great to see that it's growing just like this. I'm really just looking forward to all the competitive games that are going to happen. I know all the teams are super balanced. We've been doing scrims. It's been very close games. I just can't wait to see those competitive matches and watch some competitive Echo Arena again for sure. It's been a few weeks. I think I'm looking forward to going up against all of my old teammates, Game, Ryan, Jay. I think those are all going to be really great games. Yeah, me and Dash are both Dashes on the National Legends with me, and then Brox and Ryan are together as well, but the rest of us are all spread out. Honestly, I say it every time, just keep practicing. Like it'll come. This game has a huge learning curve, but once you keep practicing, keep shooting around, you'll get the hang of it. You'll get your shot down to exactly where you need it to be. And just always keep a positive head. Don't try to get down on you yourself or your teammates. If you miss, you miss. It happens. Just keep playing the game for fun.
Pleasant to speak with, and I'm looking forward to seeing him play later in the week. In fact, Saturday. So, okay, let's look at our stats. They are correct now. I have been redeemed.
And the stats don't lie.
Stats do not lie this time.
They do not. I kind of want to point out, not to interrupt you, Pally, but looking at the team level stats, possession time within 1 second, 425 to 426, shots taken 16 to 18, assists 9 to 7. How even is this game? I mean, really, it even shows on the scoreboard a 4-point difference. That's only 2 goals. That's literally 30 seconds. Well, it's like 40, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, and credit to Zucks too, because at last minute, those 2 goals, and especially the one right about the buzzer, basically, that is such a huge momentum boost. Now, the unfortunate part, I suppose, for the Freeze is the potential being frozen out a little bit because of the halftime just disrupting that flow. But even so, they turned what was looking initially like it could be a runaway quarter. They turned it into something really palpable, and that is courtesy, especially of those late Zucks goals.
Yes, yeah, I completely agree. And what was interesting is that's another one of those situations where you have a player who wasn't doing a whole lot on offense, but when he did, those were really important goals to end that quarter, to end the half with those goals. You know, despite we talk a lot about the differences between how the Nepa Pro Series runs and how VRML runs, and the rounds versus quarters, you know, short form versus long form, point resets versus points carrying over, and in this situation, it doesn't. None of that really matters when it comes to carrying the momentum at the end of a round, at the end of a quarter. As carrying that momentum is so important. Although Mozzie with an opportunity goes beyond the goal to the law to stop. Ender, that's why they get this one sent out. They're going to chain after it. I see a whole bunch of bodies coming down. There's a leech. There's a blue buddy. Oh, the play there to scoop it out. But Cruising, not Occulizator, Cruising with this one on the near side is going to bring this one in, looking for an option. What a stop there. Let us come. Gets this one sent back out to mid. They're going to chain after it again. Opportunity here. Monty on the ding off the post. What a start to this half.
Oh, you hate to see that. Not able to reward that excellent defense from the Knights with offense on the other end. So they do lose the disc, and they lose it again, as it will be the Freeze with a takeover. Enter with that recovery. Oh, phenomenal action to start off. Absolutely. I take back everything I said. These guys are still well warmed up.
Indeed, is Ender sending out one behind the goal to Fire Ninja, who will get it in for the 2. And that is a minute 7. Is that their first goal of this round? It is. That's going to put the Freeze up. Excuse me, not up, but they are back within 2 here. We are still in a very even game.
Absolutely. And everyone, as we mentioned, just contributing to this effort here. 4 players, all 4 players with more than 1 goal on the side of the Freeze. I mean, Ender, Zucks, Fire, and Cruisin 7, 4, 9, and 5, respectively, on the points department. Everyone able to get their hands a little bit dirty here to get these scores.
Caesar sending this one back across. Let us come juking around on the ceiling there. He's going to send that one over to the law. The law gets it in, gets the 1v1. Yeah, basically got the 1v1. I was looking at it from my angle. Looked like he was heavily covered, but in fact got that lane, gets that one in. It's going to push his team, the Dallas Knights, back up by 4 here. Still a lot of time left.
Yeah, absolutely. And Law now with the first goal of this quarter, the lead scorer across both teams thus far, 14 points, as well as 4 assists, which is also the lead assist. So we got to hand it to the Law, because not content with just the offense, also wants to get others involved.
Wow. I don't know how they come away with that. That was a big mess up there, and they get the points. They get the points. The Law forces a turnover as he's moving through. His own teammates knock it out of his hand on that chain. They were just in transition, totally incidental. and then they somehow get it. There's a scoop. There was a scoop to get it back to the Law. The Law is somehow able to get it to the Light as come off balance, and Light's able to get that one in on the 1v1. That was a phenomenal play there from the Dallas Knights. Off balance the whole way through. They still get the goal. I don't even. This is when we talk about. That's why they're the best players in the world. Even when they're not doing, when things aren't going right, they're still getting points.
Yeah, absolutely. And, when teams get in a nice flow also, it seems like the low percentage stuff, the unlikely, or the 50-50s even, it just turns into 80-20s maybe in favor of a team. So something to watch out here as Cruzen tries to take it in. They're looking to regain their flow, and that is the way to do it. Way to go, Cruzen to Ender. And there is that explosive pair from VRML now into Nepa Pro Series, showing some seriously nice play.
See, now Stream is wondering where did Ender come from? Because you kind of came out from outside the frame on the stream. But I'm telling you, I had full vision on everything going on there. I have no idea where Ender came from, and I could see him. See, I that was just a phenomenal play, a phenomenal setup. Ender sneaking that one in. As Light has come, handling this one on the ceiling there. Far side sending it to Caesar. Has one behind the goal. Goes to Mozzie. Stunt out. Nice read there by Zox. As that one's going to be picked up by Caesar. Oh, the jukes. And off of the post, Mozzie another opportunity, this time off of a head, and that was Cruzen's head, but Caesar will finally get that one in. Fourth, fifth, sixth time is the charm, and that's a 6-point lead to the Dallas Knights.
And it is so tough to not get panicked in that situation, but you saw that everyone, minus one player, it looked like 7 players just folding right into the goal, basically. Off of that loose disc, and that tends to happen sometimes to the best of them, and so does that. Oh no, but the shot is missed. So the punish isn't there, but they'll still have another chance, and placing it right in that top corner. It's the Law again, up to 16 points, just in his own right. 35 on the whole, though, as they will pull ahead a bit again.
It is so important to capitalize on those moments. When the other team screws up like that, you have to score. It's not just because they gave you 3 points, although that's part of it. That's the reason you have no excuse. You have no excuse to not score in that situation because they gave you 3 points. It was shot there from Fire Ninja off of the post. But the reason you have to. So there's the no excuse, but also the reason you have to because it is demoralizing. It will absolutely destroy the head game of the other team. It will put them in a place where they lose their confidence, and the Law is going to get another one in. The Dallas Knights, for the first time in this game, have a 2-digit lead, up by 11.
Yeah, absolutely. The Law with 19 of them, though, thus far, putting in about half of the points. Exactly, in fact, if math checks out, and the 5 assists still lead the way. So the Law is really popping off here, but you're absolutely right, Dimwee. I think a lot of this, too, it just predicated off the very confident mentals of of the Knights right now, but also the kind of out of sorts rut that they find themselves in for the Freeze, just turning it over now left and right and not going their way.
Oh, and everybody overshooting that one. It broke this up. Cruzen was trying to get that one over to Zux. He just hit the Geo right by him. I know the pain. Those Zux opportunity sending him across. Fire Ninja overshooting just a little bit. Although that one, how fast Fire Ninja was moving, that was a hard one to judge. Although Ender gets this one broken up. Ender trying to get the Mozzie. That was a lack of communication there on the freeze. No way. Oh, that goes just wide. That would have been unbelievable. Mozzie gets it back, gets it in. That's 2 more points on the board and a 13-point lead to the Knights. Ooh.
Man, the thing about this quarter, and the same applied to the first and the second quarter especially, I feel like the Freeze, despite all of this, despite this avalanche that they're experiencing right now, they are not too far gone yet to come back. But the problem is, as we get deeper into this game, they can't be affording to continue playing from behind like this, where they're always playing a little bit of catch-up, not as we finish out this quarter, and they needed that desperately to just close off and cauterize the wound so they can prepare for a much more successful finish, because otherwise it's going to be very tough in these last 9 minutes extending to the fourth quarter about to start.
So first off, Flair? No, not GG. Second off, Sea Savages, great point. Dallas Knights have 40 points.
I think they're referencing my 40 thing I said in the last game. So
and now we get to test it.
We'll get to test it, absolutely. And maybe battle tested is Mozzie. And Mozzie now up to, speaking of things I've said before, 15 points. Although still another quarter to expend yet. Wow.
Seriously, Mozzie and the Law are both really popping off in this one. 15 and 19 points respectively. As, we're going to have 17 seconds on the board here in this third quarter. A 14-point lead to the Dallas Knights as Montreal Freeze looking to get one to end the quarter here. Oh, set up. They get it through. Fire Ninja goes wide. Maybe another second chance here. Fire Ninja. Oh, that one dings. You know the third one? If you follow the trend, the third one goes in. He went wide, he dinged, and then doesn't get the third opportunity here. Oh,
there it is, though. It missed, but there it was.
Oh, man. Oh, that kills me. All right, with that said, we're going to go to a quick word from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
He is the stuntman that saved the world. A man that brought the world together because of his love for Honda. One man with 4 wheels strapped to a parallel twin engine. The stuntman that saved the world. Get your favorite Honda motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides today at Holzhauer Pro Motorsports in Nashville, Illinois.
Friday nights at 10:30 Eastern. Head over to nepavrpro.com/late night for Late Night with Ivan Thrive. You never know what or who you might see when Ivan sits down with your favorite Echo Arena players and teams. Head over to nepavrpro.com/late night Friday nights at 10:30 p.m. Eastern to catch Late Night with Ivan Thrive. And we are coming back in for this fourth and final quarter of this match between the Dallas Knights and the Montreal Freeze. We're taking a look at the stats here right before they begin. And Sir Dimwee, Palador, where are we going here? There's still plenty of time. We've got people in chat talking about the game's over. Good games. No, we know that's a no-no. lots of playtime left. So let's go.
Absolutely. We're going. 8 minutes to spare here, and this is going to be gut check time, certainly, as there it is. They needed that save as well, so starting it off with a good defensive play, that can spark a nice scoring run on the opposite end, so we'll see if this can turn into some good news as we go into the latter parts of this game.
Now send in here, uncontested. Ender will place that one in for the 2 to tie his teammate Fire Ninja for 11 points on the game. And Ender, considering his reputation, his history, the law with 19, Mozzie with 15, I would expect Ender to be right up there with him. He's a little bit behind, so I expect Ender to pop off a little bit in this fourth quarter. I probably just cursed it as a law. Setting this one up is going to be, what a send up there to Mozzie. Mozzie across to Caesar. Caesar has a 1v1 against the goalie right now. Now that Chang comes in, he's looking for one cutting. Goal is open. Oh my goodness, you can't do that. I can see what happened. Mozzie was coming in, he was cutting. Goalie challenges a cut. It's a bad read. It leaves the goal wide open. That is unfortunate there. That's going to put the Dallas Knights up by 14.
Saving grace there, I guess the silver lining, if there can be a takeaway, is the fact that it was a 2. It was a 2, so they didn't get the maximum amount of points out of it, but still yet, just another one of those slight miscommunications perhaps, or misplays as the case may be, trying to press those advantages and knowing when to dive and when to stick. It's a tough balance, Dimwee. It's a tough balance, and that shot was open for the taking as well, as they'll wind around for a rebound, but Caesar snags it, sends it.
Yeah, it's at this point of the game. You can't be missing those generally. But when you're down by 14 points, you've still got a whole, you're in the fourth quarter. You got to be hitting those. You have to be punishing. Your teammate just stunned out their defensive stack. They left the goal wide open for you. Oh, nice play there. Nice read. Ender gets that one sent away. They've got 2 stacks looking to get away. They get 1 stack away. Oh, overshooting there. That was Ender and Fire Ninja. No surprise they're that quick as Caesar picks that one up, sends it out. That one's going to be into the bubble at the chain. Once again, overshooting, but this time Cruising will recover that one there. Less than 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter as Cruising walks this one up on the near side, sending it up. Does get it cleared out and through. Into the hands of Ender. Long shot. Oh, off the post. Recovery there. Zux gets it for the 2. And that'll bring the Montreal Freeze back within 12, but they got to score a lot quicker if they want to come back.
Yeah, this is going to what I was bringing up towards the end of the third round, where nice job to stick with it and get the score, but they cannot afford to be trading goals, especially with 5.5 left. So they did the right thing there in getting that score, but now it needs to be some defense and some more punishes. No more goal trading from this juncture on, or else that could spell doom for them.
Yeah, they will very quickly run out of time because you also got to remember that every time that you need another goal, that's 20 seconds. You have to wait for a full reset after you score. So that takes even more time off the clock than just a goal. Oh, the setup there. Mozzie over to Caesar. Caesar's going to plant that one. I don't know why Mozzie doesn't get the credit for it. Must have been off of somebody. I think it was a kind of in and out and in and out. So that's why no assist there. But that's going to push his team back up by 14. And you said it, Palador, they can't be trading goals like this. The Montreal Freeze, if they want to get this comeback with 4.5 to go, down by 14 points, they have to start scoring, and they have to prevent the Dallas Knights from getting anything in for the rest of the game here.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's almost deceptive in the fourth quarter, especially. It's not the same as the end of the first, second, and third, where 4 minutes is 4 minutes. Not really the case, because you could expect, as a nice little move there, snazzy from the law. You can expect as we get into the final few minutes, if a team has a solid lead, there's going to be a point where, unlike the prior rounds, they're going to be content ending the game kind of slow and steady, dragging out the clock a little bit. That is, clock management is such a big part of sports and Echo as much as anything else.
It absolutely is. I mean, it's absolutely vital. You got to be aware of when the point of no return is a no look ender. There's nothing to even interpret from that. That's just he was in the right place at the right time. He knew he could make it, so he sends it in, gets the 3. They're back within 13. Is that enough? I don't know, but
that's one of the shots you take when you're very ahead or very behind. I still feel like 3.5 minutes, they're within reach. I mean, look, another 3 here, for instance, would make this a very interesting game. But that said, another score here will just make it a very tough comeback. Yeah. Mozzie's going to get it done. And Mozzie absolutely lighting it up tonight.
Minimum of 5 goals required here. That's a point of no return of 120. So they have a minute 40. They have a minute 40, actually less than a minute 40, minute 35 to score 5 threes. If you hit 2s, you have even less time than that. So Montreal Free is handling this one. Ender with it. Sends that one out. They've got 3 deep here. It is going to immediately turn over. They were going for, I don't know, you can't go for those deep passes against a B-Love defense. You just can't do it. They run the double chain. They're going to be running a double chain. That's his strength. That's what he brings to the team. Zuxo is going to get that one in for the 2. Brings him back within 13. But the 2.5 on the clock, I just don't know if there's enough time left.
It's going to come down to that clock management at this point, and although you could expect, of course, the open shots, if they're given, they'll still take them. But I would feel like for the Knights, they're going to be content with this lead in the sense that they know they don't have to rush at this point. They're just going to take what the defense gives them, and more so, they're going to force. Well, there you go. They're going to force the defense out of goal because they can't be camping at this point. They just need to cause quick turnovers, and that does mean open goals.
Yep. Yeah. And open goals, especially from being so aggressive. And I think I just reiterated your point. 16-point lead here to the Dallas Knights. We're basically, they have 20 seconds to score 5 goals. That's physically impossible. B-Love sending this one out. That one's going to be off of the ceiling and down into the bubble here. One more goal. Should ice it? Oh, stunned out. Not going to happen there. That one's going to get sent away into the hands of Zux here. Zux, long shot. No, he's just looking for a dump in. Takes a careening bounce to the far side there. Or will be collected by the Law for the Dallas Knights. The Law having a phenomenal game. Having 21 points on the board. If Mozzie gets another one, Mozzie will take over for highest points in the game. But right now it is the Law with 21, Mozzie with 20. As that one's going to be turning around, cruising, sending it through. Just over a minute to go here. And this game comfortably in the hands of the Dallas Knights as Ender will hit another long 3 there. Brings his team back within 13 points, but with only a minute to go. Too little, too late.
Yeah, and final minute now, so just playing to make that differential a little bit closer. I think, and we'll get to it, of course, in post-game a bit before our next match, but I do think we're, for the Freeze, they were just a small adjustments away from being okay in this game, but it was just those minor, I don't know what we want to call it, maybe just kind of the feeling out, the team and the chemistry and getting that aligned, because those miscommunications ultimately are what kept them in those holes, right? Those occasional missed passes, those stacks that overshot, the times that they left the goal open a few too many. It's those things that made a difference.
It really is. It really, well, that, and I'm also going to point out missing open 3s. We saw quite a few open threes get missed in this one by some notable names. Although after that last goal there, Ender with 20 points in the game, despite this 10-point goal differential here, as B-Love gets activated. He has not been in the game this whole time. There he is. He's going to get the last goal there. That's going to win his team there up 12 points, 56 to 44 to end this game in the fourth quarter. And yeah, what a matchup there between these two teams. But wow, Dallas Knights just coming out dominating. Well, not dominating, but really swinging in that one.
Yeah, absolutely. It was I don't know. I can't speak for the whole season, Dimwee, of course, but I don't expect necessarily a ton of borderline 60-point games from teams. We'll see. It'll happen, I'm sure, but it's a very high mark to hit anytime you get into those 50s and 60s, and they just collectively, everyone really popped off.
Yeah,
They did pop off.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say they did pop off, but there is bound to be one person who stood out, and you guys know what time it is. It's time for the dominant turkey. So, what are you thinking?
For me, I'm gonna say the Law. Mainly because Mozzie started out not able to get the shots initially, but the Law, I would say, it kind of helped with that first initial burst, that first scoring run, which then allowed Mozzie to come in the latter few quarters and then pop off. But really being able to start off on the strong foot, the right foot, really kind of set that tone for the rest of the 32 minutes of play, basically from the beginning.
So I don't disagree with what you said, but I do disagree with your conclusion. Well, no, I don't disagree with your conclusion. I disagree with your ultimate conclusion that the Law gets the dominant turkey. I'm going to have to disagree. Although the Law for himself had an amazing game, a phenomenal game that was really a standout performance from him. But Mozzie has proven to me to be one of the most reliable players in this game. He has a good game every game, and in this one, 20 points, only one behind the Law, also 5 saves. 5 saves on the board. I'm gonna have to give it to Mozzie. Mozzie, yeah, the captain here of the Dallas Knights, just setting a standard for this team, not just on offense, but on both sides of the arena, playing in the bubble and playing in the bubble, playing in both bubbles. In fact, the orange and the blue. I'm gonna have to go with Mozzie in this one. Just a stellar performance from Mozzie. Although, as far as like if you were to compare their typical performance, the Law had a better game compared to his typical performance. The Mozzie just overall, I think really carried a lot of the weight of that one. Obviously not all of it, not nearly all of it, but a lot of it for sure.
It's like I said at the beginning, didn't we? I mean, for Mozzie, even though an initial slow start, and really just the first quarter, I mentioned you can rely on any game Mozzie's in, Mozzie is going to pop off. Pretty much guaranteed. Yeah. So your answer, not wrong either. Not wrong either.
The Twitch chat gave him a new nickname tonight, and it is now the Mozster because he is a monster.
That is so late. I had that in my head. I wasn't gonna. There was no point where there was plenty of point. I thought, but I had that thought that popped into my head. The Mozster. I didn't see it. That is hilarious that it came up organically elsewhere. I love it. That is phenomenal nickname for Mozzie.
I completely agree. He is a beast.
I actually almost went fantastic. To the Mozster making copies. Anyways, old reference.
I'm gonna go hold the freeze. Was that the phrase, Dibley? Something like that?
Oh.
Hold the ice. I don't know. Whatever reference you made that I didn't get like 3 quarters ago. That thing.
No, that was about Texas isn't used to cold weather. That was the joke. Saying they're used to holding off the freeze. No, they're not. When they get freeze, they shut down. Anyways.
All right, well, you guys, we have one more amazing Nepa Pro Series match for you tonight. At the top of the hour, it is going to be the New York Kings as they take on the Orlando Cyclones, and that is going to be a match to catch for sure.